Welcome to The Daily Decant, your 5-minute briefing on the world of wine. Each episode delivers practical insights to help you choose, order, and talk about wine with more confidence in everyday social settings. Let's get into today's decant. The Sunday wrap, and I want to start with the argument that this whole week has been building. Drinking well every day is not a compromise. It's not settling for less than you can afford or less than you deserve. It's a skill, the skill of knowing which grapes and regions produce genuine character at low prices, which producers are worth trusting, and which bottles to reach for on a Tuesday without thinking twice. That skill is as sophisticated as knowing the difference between a Gevrey Chambertin and the Chambolle Musigny. It's just less glamorous, and it's far more useful on a daily basis. So let's recap what we covered. On Tuesday, we talked about 5 everyday reds, Barbera d'Asti from Vietti, the most food-friendly Italian wine at any price, Cru Beaujolais from Marcel Lapierre, the wine with serious drinking. The wine that serious drinkers return to again and again, Côte du Rhône from Guigal, the most reliable everyday red in France, Mencia from Bierceau, one of the most underrated grapes in the world, and finally, Chilean Carmenere from Marque de Casa Concha, South America's most distinctive red grape and its most successful. On Wednesday, 5 everyday whites included Muscadet, Surly, the perfect oyster wine and one of the most undervalued whites in France, Picole de Pinet, searingly fresh, designed for seafood, around $14. Gruner Veltliner from Austria, the most food-versatile white wine in the world, Vermentino from Sardinia, floral, coastal, made for warm evenings, and Chacoli from Basque Country, the most original and interesting white at any dinner party. Thursday, we talked 5 everyday sparkling options, Crémant de Loire, the best under 20 sparkling wine available, period. Serious Cava from Cremona, Prosecco Superior from Bissol, Pinot from the Loire, and German Sekt from Riesling. Friday, we had the wild cards, so we talked Sicilian Nero di Vola, Etna Rosso, Greek Assyrtiko, Filero, Portuguese Vinho Verde, single variety, South African Chenin Blanc from Moligno, and Uruguayan Tannat from Busa. The places that nobody's looking, and the place where the value is. So, my personal top 5 everyday bottles from the week. Number 1, Crémant de Loire from Langlois Chateau. The wine I would drink every day if I could. And the single best under 20 sparkling wine available. Number 2, the Cru Beaujolais from Marcel Lapierre, because every time I open one, I'm reminded that wine doesn't need to be expensive to be profound. Number 3, Chacoli from Ameteuil, the most original white wine at any price in this range and guaranteed to start a conversation. Number 4, South African Chenin Blanc from Moligno, because it proves that Chenin Blanc doesn't have to cost Loire Valley prices to be extraordinary. And number 5, Etna Rosso from Terraniere, because the volcanic slopes of Mount Etna are producing some of the most exciting wine in Italy, and most people haven't found it yet. So here's your 3-sentence everyday wine cheat sheet. 1. The best value in wine is almost always the regions that are unfashionable, productive, and under-discussed. Côte du Rhône, Cru Beaujolais, Sicily, Greece, South Africa, and Loire Valley consistently deliver more per dollar than their prices suggest. 2. Build a 6-bottle everyday cellar with 1 versatile red, 1 interesting red, 1 versatile white, 1 distinctive white, 1 sparkling, and 1 rosé, all under $25 and all rotating. 3. Find a good independent wine shop, build a relationship with whoever buys for them, and ask them what's the most interesting thing under $20 right now. That question will produce better results than any app or algorithm. Next week, after all this everyday value, we're going back to the top, and I mean the very top. Cabernet Sauvignon week, the world's most planted noble grape, covered from 4 continents with multiple decades of winemaking history. We're going to talk about why Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon became the standard bearer for the grape in the New World, and which producers are still making the most compelling cases for California at the very highest level. We're going to talk about Bordeaux, the original home of Cabernet, the blend to the left bank, and why a great Médoc is still the reference point against which everything else is measured. We're going to talk about Tuscany's Super Tuscan, then what happens when Cabernet meets the soils of the Tuscan coast. And we're going to talk about Chile, which is quietly producing Cabernet Sauvignon of world-class quality at prices that the established regions cannot match. It's going to be a big, ambitious, thoroughly satisfying week. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you Monday. That's today's Daily Decant. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and share with your friends so you can continue building your wine knowledge in just a few minutes a day. See you tomorrow for the next decant.